tell me why you so weird. Why you so weird? Niggas do assume I'm doing bad. Out for mine, trying to do right. Life cooling out, chasing cash. I need my money on my time. I don't mind my neighbors around. Same way I don't mind my way back. Out for mine, trying to do right. Life cooling out, chasing cash.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Charvon.
Hey, it's Zappy.
Hey, Ty here, and this is another episode of
Relatable versus Debatable.
All right, everybody, so we have a special guest in the house today. Go ahead and introduce yourself for us.
Hey, my name is Ziamara. How are you guys? My Instagram is Ziamara_Evangelie. I talk sports. I talk about, common events. But
Slow it down. Slow it down.
We here for a good time,
Not a long time. Absolutely. All right, so what is your Instagram again so they can know?
It is Ziamara, XIOMARA _Evangelie, AVANGELI.
Okay, and so what is it that you do? Why, tell us about you.
Okay. So my catchphrase is I'm the baddest sports analyst because there's not many women that do kind of what I do. Mm-hmm. I basically express myself in talking about, a male-related dominated topic for basically upcoming things for football, draft picks. Things that wouldn't commonly come from a woman, but it's interesting because I give a different perspective.
Yeah.
So that's what you get from me.
That's what's up.
Okay, yeah. And I must say, I've seen some of the stuff, and she be informing me on stuff that I don't even know. So I'm just like, all right, so she really knows what she's talking about.
Well, excuse me, as if she wouldn't know what she was talking about.
I mean, I'm just saying, but that takes us into our next point. So with today's episode, we're going to be talking specifically on double standards with males and females, or men and women. All right, so in this case, the first thing we want to talk about is gatekeeping. All right, so when it comes to gatekeeping, and I have definitely been guilty of doing this, especially when it comes to sports.
On the tube.
When I hear a woman start talking facts about a game, and everybody know I'm a Redskins fan. I don't care if they're called the Washington football team.
Washington football team.
Redskins. So if I hear a woman start talking football, I'm just like, who you know on that team?
Wow.
Name 5 starters on the team.
Wow.
And so I really get into that gatekeeping part where I'm just like, if you want to enter this realm of men of football, then
they
you gonna have
prove
to
themselves to you?
Yeah. And I've definitely been guilty.
Exactly.
Look, I ain't nobody apparently, but I'm just saying I've been guilty of this whole gatekeeping act when it comes to sports.
True.
So, have y'all ever been in that position?
Well, where I work, not for sports so much to say, but where I work, it's pretty much, athletics, a lot of people. I work for a sporting goods store, let me just put it that way. So I do get a lot of people who think that they could quiz me up about what type of shoes are dropping, different things like that. But it's literally my job to know that. So it's very interesting when people be like, yeah, but you ain't never had the retro, whatever is it? I'm just like, okay, here we go again, this nigga. Like, what you gonna tell me that I don't already know again? Like, what do you want to know? But for me, I just don't answer the questions because I'm not taking time out of my day to prove to you that I know something that I already learned most of the time. Sometimes, if you're real ignorant about it, I'll show you that you don't know what you're talking about. And I'll show if I got time, I'll show you that, wait a minute, you talking about the wrong retros because they didn't even come out with that design and that jump man did not look like that. Like, sorry to this man.
Are you frying dudes about that shoe?
Then they got to start mansplaining, as y'all would say.
So in the sports world, how does that work for you? Does people gatekeep all the time?
Well, I find with what he mentioned, you try to quiz you up, a guy tries to invalidate you, oh, you can't name how many starting 5, and he start giving you a number, and I'll be like, bruh, come on now. And it's redundant, and then it's just, go ahead, I'm sorry.
The crazy part about that is half the time they don't know. They just be speaking on the side of their neck.
Don't.
They just asking anything.
It'd be crazy. So they try to invalidate you, and I'm just like, but when they realize, we could actually chop, I know about the championships, I grew up. My father put me on basketball. I played since I was 12 years old. So
Yeah.
it's not like I'm not a novice to it. I understand it. I played it. I know play like I could. The difference between me with my expertise would be basketball. Football, I understand everything. Like, so some women that don't know what special teams are, and I'm like,
Yeah.
but
Are those the slow people?
No, they watch Waterboy. It is.
But no, the difference is like with basketball. Since I actually played, I could tell you why this play it broke. I can break down the play. Say, okay, this happened because there was a breakdown in defense. This person missed an assignment. Football, I can't do the plays like that. So I'll be the first one to be like, I'm ignorant when it comes to the plays, but I could tell you what's going on. I know what's going on.
But see, at least you can admit your ignorance.
Yeah.
Dudes will not admit the ignorance behind the sport. It's just like they
And then they try to quiz you up like,
But
what
look,
you know about that?
I've been guilty talking to some of my homies. Like everybody who knows me knows I'm a spectacular football fan. I can tell you everything about every team. I can point out specific games on dates and tell you what happened in the game when it comes to football. Basketball is not my strong suit. She said, like Ziamar said, I know the rules behind basketball. I know the key players, the all-stars. Don't name somebody that don't really serve a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to be like, I can't tell you nothing.
Don't serve a purpose? Dang.
Hey, some people just be warming the bed.
Non-essential workers.
Like,
non-essential workers.
You know, and I'm the same way, but I will have conversations with my homies like, yeah, bro, he's some garbage, bro. Like, and I'm like, I don't even know who the hell they talking about right now. Yeah, like, I'm like, I don't even know who this nigga is. Like,
I can't even get mad when people having conversations about sports. I'm just like, oh, okay, interesting. Yes, because
But I mean, you think about gatekeeping in other ways. Like I've seen niggas like gatekeep Megan Thee Stallion about anime. Like, you
know how-
you gotta
oh my
quiz
God, we
her
gotta
up
even
to
talk
see
about
if she
that.
watched Naruto. Like
I was
that's
thinking
crazy.
the same thing.
Yeah.
They be like, how many characters you know in Naruto? I'd
Right.
be like, really?
Like, did you watch the Titan? Like, bro, really? Why you gotta do all that? Like, gatekeeping happens across the board at all times. And
Basically.
for me, in my world, I see it happening to women every day. Like, even if it doesn't happen to me, I see it happen to other women all the time. Like, it's always a caveat that we know something. Oh, you must have this. Your dad must be this. No, you grew up with your dad and your dad did teach you that. But why does it always have to be something that happened? Because the only reason you know it is because you were in the sports yourself. Your dad or somebody close to you did it too. So why does it make it any different when it happens for us? You know what I'm saying?
right, like women always have to prove themselves. With guys, it's like automatic.
Every single day. But guess what? The first black vice president was a woman, so that's all I'm gonna say.
all right, you got it. All right, so keeping it going with the double standards. What I want to talk about, when women take care of the kids in the household, it's like, you know, that's what she's supposed to do. The kids can go with mommy, everything's all good. But when men have their kids and let's say the mom walked out or something happened, and it's like, yo, the man is the superhero. He's a
so
super
amazing
dad.
for doing that.
Look at this strong hunk of man.
Taking out the trash.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Like, so that's a double standard I find very interesting. But at the end of the day, he's doing exactly what the mom is doing
and probably
and
not
should be
even
doing.
all the way. He's just doing something. He's
Yeah,
going to the park with his kids.
Because, you know, men be half-assing it all the time.
Exactly.
Like,
Glad you
straight
know.
up.
But
Oh,
y'all
yeah.
creative. Y'all creative when y'all be.
Yeah.
You see You see that man that he fixed his daughter's hair? He took the vacuum cleaner thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all are creative.
Look, because sometimes we need shortcuts in this world. People act like shortcuts are a bad thing. Shortcuts were created to make things easier. There's nothing wrong with making things easier. Think smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we are creative. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do what we gotta do. But it's so unfortunate.
It's a slight hint of laziness because you couldn't just learn the way. You just had to do
sometimes
a vacuum
y'all
bro.
do too
Couldn't
much
learn the
when
way.
it
Sometimes
takes
you gotta be
time.
innovative. That's how things are
All right,
created.
try that vacuum
anew.
cleaner shit with a black girl. Try
Yeah.
it.
Well, see, we already know that that's not gonna happen. Of course, obviously.
I seen it was a black guy. He was playing the PS, whatever it was, the game, and had the baby in the drawer, like bundled up.
Oh, yeah, I
while he
did
was
see
playing.
that.
So
Yeah.
Oh,
sometimes
no.
it's too much.
I mean, but that's
He
how
can't just
parents
get a
back in the
crib and
day-
put it next
I don't
door.
know.
But that's
Or
how
a car
parents back in
seat.
the day, the cribs were. So, like, the cribs were the
Yeah,
doors
that
back
is
in the
true.
day. Like,
That's
I
true.
remember extensively.
They're not gonna roll out of that.
Yeah.
You do
You might
that
drop
with
out,
my
though.
That's, thank you.
She did
Try
that
that with
to
my
my
baby,
kid.
and we're gonna have a
That's
problem.
what
CPS is gonna
That's
get
why I
called
don't
on
have
you.
kids, so.
Dang, that's crazy.
I mean,
But-
put my nieces and nephews in Jordans all the time. No, I'm just kidding.
But,
I didn't go see.
but why do y'all think it is though? Like, why are men being praised? And understand something. Let's be clear. The people who are praising these men are women.
Yeah.
It's not other men.
Because
This is history.
the caliber of men that we've been introduced to don't do shit like that. So it's extraordinary because you guys have lowered the bar for so many years that when you go above that bar, we're just like, oh my God, he went grocery shopping. Like, oh, it's lit. But like, I think about it in this way. My mom used to always make us cook, right? And my cousin, she would always cook things wrong on purpose. So she
What?
wouldn't be asked to cook again.
Oh, she's smart.
So if one day
She's smart.
she cooked really well, we're like, oh my gosh, you did so good. But really, she just did what was asked of her. But she was asked to cook
food?
huh?
She wasted food.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, she made meatloaf with no eggs one time. She made meatloaf with no breadcrumbs.
Oh,
the
that
next
thing
time.
was dry as I don't
it-
know
it
what.
was every time she was
Crumbling.
missing one ingredient. I was like, you know what? I'm tired of eating this nasty ass meatloaf. Like, what's next? Like, but at the same time, it's the same thing with men. Because if you're constantly doing something wrong every time we ask you, the moment you do something right, we're going to be like, oh my gosh, finally. Like, we're going to rejoice. We're going to be so happy about it. So if you're constantly being introduced to men who aren't doing this in your life, when you go out and you see another man doing it for somebody else, you're going to praise them. But in that household, that's normal. So that woman is sitting there looking like, you praising him for that, but he needs to be doing this. If I'm doing this, taking care of these kids, he need to be taking care of these kids too. And I think that's what it is. Like, for so long, the bar was just at the ground. The bar is below the ground. Like, they say that on Twitter all the time, though. Like, the bar is non-existent. Like,
I just think it's also historically, like, back then it was women took care of the kids and men
Yeah, that was the
the
breadwinners.
breadwinners. There was also an episode on Doctors, Love and Doctors or whatever that show is. And the dad was like, the kids were hungry because the mom went on a conference. And he was like, well, y'all got to go cook something. Mind you, the kids are like 6 and like 8. And he's like, well, where's your mom? And they're like, mom is gone. He was like, oh, why do I have to do this?
yeah.
I'm like, dude, they're your kids. Cook for them. But this man he's not like he's broke or anything. He's struggling. This is like a doctor. Talk about why I got to do this for you. My job is to make money and, technically take care of you.
Yeah, I mean, I've never, and also when you think about it generationally, like the women who might be praising this men might be older, and they're sitting there looking like, oh, this nigga would have never did that. Like, what's this? Like,
Oh yeah, so the old biddies looking back on
Old
their
biddies.
past. You know what I'm saying?
Why they gotta be biddies?
that,
They're not disrespectful.
All right, so look, so let's say these kids grow up, right?
right?
Man take care of his kids. Maybe he's still with the wife. I don't know. They grow up. Boom. Teenagehood. Teenagehood. It's time to go
What
out.
is that?
15 to 19, whatever. They become a teenager, but they hit that rebellious phase. It's time to go out, start having fun.
Fun. Big fun.
Now, when
the wretch.
when you have your daughter, it's like, oh no, go out, be back by 9 o'clock. But when you have your son, oh yeah, you got until midnight. It's cool. Yeah, sure, you can take the car. You know what I'm saying? Now, what about that double standard when it comes to the kids? You know what I'm saying? That are different sexes, but it's like you're more protective of the girl than you are of the young man.
9 times out of 10 it's because of pregnancy.
Yeah, I don't.
But they
think,
both can. Well, he can get someone pregnant. Let's be
Right.
clear about that.
However,
but
he can
either
also
way-
leave that pregnant person.
She can leave that. You know what? We're not even gonna go into that.
childhood memories. No, I'm just like-
So is it what? Just strictly pregnancy?
I think it's men because you don't hear women saying you could be back at 12. Like for most boys, like yes, the boys are spoiled. That's another double standard by women, but women are very overprotective of their sons. So women will be in the same boat and be like, no, you come back at 9. Yeah, you come back at 9, and we all get back at 9. Like I was raised basically by a single mother. So we was all back at the same time. We didn't have like all that stuff. But when my dad was there, he would let my brother just do whatever he wants, and I was, you know, on watch and stuff, and it's like that's not fair to me. But I can't speak on a situation I don't know about, and I don't know about that dual parent stuff. So
Ziamara, did you have issues like that growing up? Was
siblings.
your father overprotective?
To say that, man, my parents used to be tripping. Like, for real, because I remember growing up, I remember like the restrictions and the regulations they used to have with me doing anything. I was on lockdown.
Yeah.
Lockdown. So,
As it should have been.
no,
Excuse me,
No.
Nah.
sir.
no. But like, I wanted to go out with my friends sometimes. I wanted to stay late. I would get kirked off on. Like, it'd be bad. Like, my mom would be tripping.
yeah,
And then
tripping too.
I'm the oldest of 5. So my second brother, after me, I came back, you know, home, and I was seeing like my mama had let him sleep over his girlfriend. I was like,
See, there it is.
so mad. Like I was like, I know y'all lying. I know you lying.
You're
And
not
it's
gonna
funny.
lie, that happened to me too.
Exactly.
Is it because he was younger though? Because you know how you younger, you can get away with more stuff.
I would. The only reason I would not say that, granted, my baby brother, he get away with. He don't even
Murder.
do stuff. Yeah, he don't do stuff, but he still
If he
get away
could, he could.
Yeah, but I know it was a male thing just because they weren't even worried about him getting nobody. But they was just like, all right, whatever. It was just no care in the world. I was like, yeah, that's no.
But watch her pop up pregnant, and that could be anybody's baby. We don't know who that is.
Exactly.
Like, that's
The
crazy.
parents would deny.
You are
Yeah.
not the father.
Well, not in my African household. It was you. I didn't really have a curfew, but I just knew that I shouldn't be out past a certain time.
But did your brother?
That's a different story. My
No,
brother
it's
was
the
just-
same story. What
I
did
mean,
your brother-
he was a wild child technically. So whether they gave him a time frame or not, he still wasn't gonna come. So
but did he get in trouble?
not really. No.
So, I mean, yeah, you kind of just validated
yeah,
it.
you're right. You're right. You're right.
I remember one conversation I had with my dad, because I was me and my sister, we put too much, we started staging notes.
Yeah,
My
like-
sister,
Staging notes.
so it was like, hold up, we staging notes about what's going on our treatment, and my brother's treatment. We were like, hold up, something not right. And we came to our dad one time, we were just like, you let, one of our siblings do this, but I know me, or if she's younger than my second brother, but if she did it, you would go ballistic. And he was just like, I was doing it to keep you decent. Now, granted, my parents is hecka old, so my dad's in the 70s, my mom's in the 50s. So yeah, it's an age difference. But he was just like, we're doing it to keep you decent. Now, I guess they come from the era where it's just like, okay,
It's not ladylike.
not even ladylike. It's the pregnancy thing for one, but back in the day, the terms like loose. Y'all remember the word?
Yeah.
The term
She
scallywag?
loose.
My dad's so old, like they had a term called scallywag.
Scallywags. The bald headed
Scallywag. Ain't got no head of that.
But it was one of them type of situations where I should be like, first of all, me and my sister, you didn't have to worry about it. We smart. We don't get caught up. You need to worry. Whatever.
At least they ain't call you a pigeon or a chicken head or something like
At least he ain't do like Moesha's dad.
Oh,
Go upstairs, stop acting like ho.
Oh, he just straight out called her a hoe. Yeah.
I gotta catch up on my own shit.
Girls on Netflix all season.
Okay.
So look, so if we worried about the pregnancies and all that, I get it. But a common thing in high school that men and women deal with is what they say in the wood. I can't even remember, but having sex. Just having sex. But the thing is, it's such a rite of passage because while some are having it in middle school, unfortunately, by the time you get to high school, it's a thing. Like, man, I bet you ain't get no cheeks yet. And then
When they had the pussy pot.
niggas is out there lying like, bruh, I'm getting all the cheeks. Ain't never even seen a vag. You know what I'm saying? So like,
I mean, you ain't gotta see it to get it, but
well,
yeah.
that is also true. But so like the double standard growing up is just like, man, why is it so uncool for dudes to be virgins? But for women, it's just like, no, stay a virgin as long as you can. It's just like, but for men, it's like, nah, you gotta go out there, you gotta get it off. Like, clap them cheeks, boy. Like, it's all about that. You know what I'm saying? But for the women, it's like, no, stay pure.
Keep your legs closed.
Right, keep them closed. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that about? Why is that the case?
I'm gonna take this back. to when I said that women develop more
Oh,
or
yeah,
faster
earlier.
than men. So women develop at an age that it is not okay to be out here having sex. It's not okay. Like our hormones are moving at this age, and all our lives we're told no, 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 you gotta wait. But when men develop, I guess that's when the standard is to be having sex. So y'all set the standard. Really, men set the standard for everything, and that's why it's really hard to move in this world. But that's another topic.
Is it? That's exactly this topic.
Yeah.
Like being a
But-
woman in a male's world.
No, but for real, like, so y'all set the standard for that. They're telling you to start having sex because people are just finding out that they stuff work like that. You know, they'll be like, bruh, I know y'all use your hand, but you ever use that pussy? Like they ain't never, had that before. So it was like, have sex. It'll change your life. Like it's a recommendation. It's an Instagram ad. Like really, they just telling you to do it. Like just do it. Like
I mean, yeah, but it's just like they telling you to do it, but I feel like most of these dudes that's doing it is really not right.
they doing it wrong. I'm telling you. I'm telling you,
but
they
look,
doing it wrong.
I think a lot of them doing it just to do it, just to say, oh yeah, I did
Yeah,
a checklist, checkpoint.
absolutely,
Yeah.
just to say that they did it. You feel me?
Of course.
Like, but it makes me think back on what's the nigga name? Boosie, where his nephew was his nephew.
Yeah, when it was like a birthday
And he-
party. was
Yeah,
trying to
and
tell
he
him
had
that he didn't.
one of the
stripper.
strippers
Uh-huh.
suck his suck off
That's
his. How old was he? 11 or 12?
Oh wait, that was confirmed.
But yes.
Yeah, that's what it
Yes.
said.
Yeah,
It's sick.
So-
It's sick.
I thought it was a rumor.
but unfortunately, it's like, all right, so this 12-year-old boy, you know what I'm saying, he probably going back to middle school like, I got some head, I got some cutty last night. But like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I just got sucked off by a stripper. You know what I'm saying? So to him, it's just like,
that is
it's
so
probably
wild
like
to me.
Okay.
the most amazing
first
thing.
Of all, this 12-year-old is Boosie's nephew. This nigga probably got sucked off before. It probably wasn't.
I think that.
Y'all
You don't think he got sucked off before?
11. I want to hope
That couldn't have been the first time.
Did y'all see Amber Cole? Y'all remember Amber Cole, right?
Oh, that
She was
girl
in
that
middle
went
school
viral.
and she was sucking dick in between the hallway and she went viral.
Viral, yeah.
Oh, no, I
It was,
ain't.
that was like early
That was
Twitter.
like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Like this happened when I was still in high school.
She was a kid sucking somebody off, or
Yeah,
she
middle
was sucking
school.
kids off.
Both. They were both in school,
middle school,
and
yeah.
they were recording it. It was a whole thing. #Amber Cole, and she was giving this nigga head. Now, granted, that head might not be on the same level of stripper head, so of course, I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
We been sucking popsicles and lollipops, but we ain't been
Hey,
sucking
yo,
dick. Like
what?
you can't just go and get a stripper and be like, yeah, suck my nephew's dick. First of all, the stripper that agreed to that, I want to know how much she got paid because
She's
that is pedophilia.
I call it R. Shelley.
You're
She's
right.
R. Shelley because you can't.
R. Shelley.
Not R.
That's how women be bragging on.
Hold on, weak.
There's a lot of R. Shelleys in
R.
here.
Shelley.
But that's a double standard as well.
I hate
Is
it.
women.
You don't understand how many men I heard. They're like they didn't lose.
They
their
lost it to my
Your
babysitter.
babysitter,
Oh, my
their
God.
best friend, their mom's best friend,
What?
like some
that
type
50
of
Shades
stuff,
of
like
Grey.
an older
They're-
woman like that would
but
just take advantage of them.
It's
Man,
always
I ain't had no
like
babysitters. I wish I did, man.
28
Hey, yo.
something.
Sorry, nah.
I know people who get in paternity cases now, and they're like, yeah, when I was, 16, I went over to Shorty's apartment, we played spades. I was like, apartment? Yeah, she was like 28. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. And he got her pregnant. Like, it's so many things that guys go through as well that it's just deemed as acceptable because that's when they're supposed to lose their virginity. That's when they're supposed to be having sex.
No, I call them
But-
women out. They
That's
they are
Nah,
disgusting.
yeah,
They're
like
disgusting. They need to be tried just as
They
hard
really
as to be
do.
like a man.
They really do. I remember there was this one story this time last year, and it was this girl who she was best friends with the mom, and she gave her son herpes. And the son was like 12, and the
What?
woman was like 30. And she
What?
was sleeping there because she didn't have a place to stay. When I say it was she beat her ass. Like she beat her
yeah,
ass.
Should've did a
as
little
she
bit
should
more.
have.
And she need to get life in prison.
No,
Okay.
and then the cousins, sisters, all them came up there and jumped her ass
As
too.
they should
And I
as
was
well.
just sitting there like, why would you think that's okay? Like you're having sex with this young boy in a house that you are in because they extended their arm for you, and you thought that was okay? Like I don't understand people want to have sex with younger children anyway, but that's
a mental disorder. It
that
has
really
to be.
is.
It is.
It has to be.
It really
Considered pedophilia
is.
is.
And some people look for that, like, small, petite type thing because they're trying to curb their, like, you know,
Desires
okay,
for that,
yeah.
Their fetish or whatever, their nastiness.
But it's really sick. Like,
But I would prefer you do that and it be legal
Then
than
not
to
with
do
a
some
child.
nasty, right? Than do some nasty stuff
of
like
course.
that.
But still, like, there's a lot of women out
Go
here
get you a midget,
who are
man.
praying.
I'm sorry, bro.
I know you did not just say that.
gotta-
I'm just saying, midgets need love too.
No, they be getting love. You be watching what is
No,
that,
I
Little
don't.
People
Oh,
Atlanta?
okay.
They be getting love.
Okay. I thought she was about to be like, you be watching midget porn? Like,
You said,
nah.
no, I don't too quick. You must be watching.
Nah, because I knew that's what I felt like that's where you was going with it.
I'm dead.
Like, oh, she wild out here.
He said, no, I don't. I ain't even asked the question. But yeah, I think in those instances, there are a lot of women who go unchecked for preying on little boys or preying on younger kids. And it's really sick to me because those are the main ones. Like, and when you see it in like, oh, this teacher has sex with these two young boys,
yeah.
and they be like, oh, shout out to the boys, that bitch bad. Like, that's not okay.
They even have a show on that people are trying to boycott on Hulu because they said it was kind of glorifying student-teacher relationships because it's a male student and a female teacher. Usually you always see it the opposite
reverse.
way, but
When I was in high school, we had this trainer, and everybody knew the trainer was fucking all of the, like, all the soccer players, all the baseball players, all the basketball players, all the football players.
What the heck?
She didn't get caught. I was in high school at that high school for 2 years. She didn't get caught until a year and a half after I left. And she was on the news, and it was like, breaking news, trainer sleeps with all these people, trainer does this, trainer does that. And I'm like, yeah.
was she like grown? How old was she?
She was grown. Like, when I went there, I think she was like 30. But she had been sleeping with people for like 4 years before that. Like, it's crazy because you're putting people, I don't know. I think every position should have like a mental health test to go with it. But at the same time, especially if you're a teacher, because you have kids' lives in your hand.
Yeah.
And I know they think it's cool or whatever, but imagine being a parent and to that son and you having to deal with the fact that he's been sleeping with this trainer for this many years because he was, doing something to better his life. My mom always put us in sports and stuff like that so we could keep our mind off of things and stay out of the streets. But you're putting them in something to better their life, and they're getting fucked, literally. Like,
You wow.
Yeah.
Too wild. Okay.
But
Well,
I have a question.
what's
Like, out of that type of double standards, bringing it back to double standards in entertainment, like the rappers, male rappers versus female rappers, and how males have that dominance over it. But if a female try to come in, they gotta prove themselves, or they can't be more than one female rapper in the game, or no one takes all of them seriously.
Are you talking more about like the argument they had with the WAP thing? They was like, dudes talk about
that too.
That as well.
Because niggas will talk about they dick all day. Matter of fact, all niggas talk about
This is
is
coming
getting
from a
money.
place.
No, all they talk about is getting money, having sex, and
sex, drugs, and money. That's
and
all
doing
the
drugs.
industry is.
But let a woman talk about her pussy. Oh, that's all you could talk about? No, I talk about getting money and doing drugs too, just like your bitch. What the fuck? Like, I hate that shit so much.
Well, let me say this. All I want to say, granted, only reason I didn't like WAP because it sounded a little bit like disgusting. Like first of all, I love Trina. Shout out to Trina, I love Trina. That's my girl.
Bitch.
But when WAP, she was comparing her womanly organs to dirty mouth water, I was like, no, like that don't sound cute. That's the
I
only-
guess if you think about it like that, you're right. Like that sounds like an infection.
Dirty mouth water.
That's an infection right
That
there.
sounds
Somebody get her some antibiotics.
I mean, she probably got him on speed dial.
Oh goodness.
She been through it. She good. She good.
Several people have been through her as well. She got to do all that.
I mean, but no, Sabi, so what you just said though, that is a good point. I don't know, I'm a little weird because I don't necessarily think like that. Especially when it comes to the rap industry, because I feel like it's fair game. Everything that this person can rap about, you
You,
can
my
rap
friend,
about.
are the minority.
No. That's how I feel.
No,
I
it's
know.
not. Because there's been times where you've been like, all Meg do is talk about her pussy. And have you not?
I've never said that.
Yes, you have.
It's no way.
Oh, okay.
It's no way I've
Okay.
ever said that. Because I
Okay.
enjoy looking at Meg, so
I know.
why would I say
But
that?
you was like, I'm getting tired of this bitch talking about her pussy.
No, I really got to sit back and think because to me, I don't think that's all she raps about.
That was our conversation.
No. So no, let's be clear. we probably had that conversation before I really started
Yeah.
listening to Meg.
Yeah.
So before I knew like really about her music besides what she's putting on the radio.
Yeah.
So I very well could have said that. I don't necessarily remember,
So
but I
let's-
do
let's
know
note
that sounds like
Tyrone
something I
did
could say. But that's not me saying it just because like, oh,
It's basically
she's
like when you was sicing it earlier, when you siced it, you didn't know what you was talking about.
yeah, exactly. But no, like, but looking back on it, okay, niggas say shit. I messed up.
Yeah.
All right, looking back now, I learned from it, and I can
Growth.
say, see,
Growth.
there it is. But no, I can truly say, no, that Meg is like a truly talented
Yeah.
lyricist, like musician.
I will say though, maybe you said that because in hindsight, I feel like the double standard. She feel like she has to be sexual because
Yeah.
I heard her she can freestyle.
She
Yes.
was great at
Women can't
freestyle.
She
freestyle.
has to be sexual because
That's
as
the
soon
only
as
way.
you
But
get
that's
in a
sex
label, they
sells.
say sex sells.
Yeah.
Like,
But that's what I'm saying, the double standard. A dude ain't about to show his nips and just like be on some hit ass shit. Like,
Yeah.
And what if they start making
every
male rappers show
rapper-
dick prints?
Every male
What if that was
rapper-
man? No,
What do you think that was?
no,
What was that?
no. What if it was
Gang?
man?
Gang
No,
was having a
but
sex.
but
Gang.
again,
Yes.
that,
Gang.
no, he's already established and he did. That was something he just wanted to do. But I'm saying, what if from here on out, what if that was like mandatory now?
Yeah,
Sex
I'm
sales.
saying it-
Everybody got to start wearing
I'm
gray
saying that
sweatpants on
every
stage.
male rapper got to do a D'Angelo music video. I'm
Right.
talking about
Like,
shirt off.
Think if that was the case, that would be absurd.
I Sappy approve
But they
this message.
basically do. And it's called having guns, drugs, all that in your music videos. And that's what they have to do. But at the same time, it's like most of these people already partake in that life. And that's how they feel about the women rappers. They siphon strip clubs, they siphon prostitutes, they siphon people who that they feel sex is already selling for them, so we're just gonna sell it at a higher level. The only reason Cardi B got that deal that she got is because she had so many followers. She had over 1 million followers already.
Yeah.
And she
then
like
she took it
was
to
on
another
Love and
level.
Hip Hop.
Yeah, she
and
really
then she
did.
took it to a whole nother level.
But she was smart about her.
Cardi B
was.
is I think she is a marketing genius. I'm not gonna lie. Cardi B is a marketing genius. I remember there was one time and Spotify used her cutout.
Oh,
And was
yeah.
like, said something to her. And she took a picture with the cutout. She was like, where my shmoney? Next thing I know, Cardi B got 80 Spotify commercials. She linked with Spotify. She doing this. Cardi B don't play when it comes to marketing. But at the same time, they only use her in that way because she knows in her stripper background,
Sex sells.
she knows how to market herself.
Big
She's
fact.
been doing it her whole life. Like, so they siphon people who that they feel are going to be able to do that. So whether
Well, you already got the clout, then they can use you.
exactly.
All right, so it makes me think though. So with these artists and everything, so I always wonder. And tell me y'all views on this. Groupies. Males have groupies. Do women like? Are there groupies
I'm
for
sure.
women?
Have you seen
like,
Janet Jackson when she was doing the "Would you"? And the dude is all screaming for her. Oh, that's a groupie. That's a male groupie.
But you know these dudes are out here thrashing these hoes. You know they are.
First, I'll be forced to throw.
But are these women artists
think
out
they're
here
thinking
just
about
letting
it.
these dudes thrash them?
No,
I
have you
think-
heard the thing where they be like, do you think any WNBA players get a dude flued out or something like that?
Ah,
I don't
we-
think so.
You don't think
I'm
so?
curious. I don't think so personally.
See, the
But
thing
we
is-
talking about the WNBA. They already like some Monstar type women. So it's just like,
Nah.
you know what I'm saying?
Not all of them. Dwight Howard.
Not all of them.
This girl is so
She's
pretty.
gorgeous. I like her.
But I'm saying like let's
Sorry
say
to this man.
before Beyonce was Beyonce now, and you know it was Destiny's Child.
But the
Was
thing-
Kelly Rowland? You know what I'm saying? Getting cheeks
But the
from
thing you
dudes
don't
after
get about
concerts.
that
Probably.
is men have groupies based on where they are. Women have groupies based off what they look like. I got groupies right now. I'm not famous. Like, we get groupies because niggas look at something and they're like, I want it. And they'll come up to you be like, hey, I like shit, I want shit.
I think on that
we can do
part-
this the easy way or the
Yeah.
hard way. The choice is yours.
I think on that, the women do have an advantage because y'all feel like y'all gotta get money to get women.
Women.
We
Which y'all
can
do
get
sometimes.
dudes anyway just based off how we look, and because y'all want one thing, what y'all
Yeah.
want. So it's
Right.
just always gonna kind of be
But
like
then
that.
you can say the same thing about women. They just want one thing, the money.
Yeah.
They try to
so
get
if
knocked
y'all
up
don't
so
got
they can
it,
get
y'all
the
don't
money.
got groupies. Like, and that's on period.
I mean, beauty. If you got it, you got it.
You'll be surprised. I'm not the richest person.
Oh.
It's like,
But what happened? I don't get hoes.
I absolutely do not. I'm still a virgin.
That's what I'm saying.
All
If you
right.
had money, think about how amplified that would be. If I
It
had
wouldn't
money,
be. It'd be
it would
zero.
be the
Zero
same
times zero is
niggas.
zero.
What?
No.
Okay, but you get what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
die yet.
But it would be the same niggas hit me up. Like,
But,
hey,
I
I
mean-
heard you got some bread now. What we going?
But it's just, I
Nothing.
really just want to be, and I only say that because I feel like a lot of the male rappers confirm it, where the female artists don't.
Cause real G's move in silence like
Well, what-
lasagna.
I'll
And
say
y'all
this.
niggas ain't new to this.
I say this. What I've learned for women, a lot of women, we could just, like you said, a lot of times women cheap don't say nothing. Women are smart in the aspect in general, where it's just like, we know that we can't tell y'all everything because it's just like, y'all not going to take it. It'd be the truth, but it's like, y'all not going
Yup.
to take it right. So
Nope.
we have to withhold stuff from you or either tell you
In
pieces,
pieces.
yes. Because
In
if not,
pieces.
it's not going to work. And
Or
then
we
y'all
have
gonna
to
trip
make you
out.
think that you thought
Came
of
up
it.
with it, yeah.
Because
So
we
And
know
y'all be
we don't do that.
doing that shit with me.
All the
I ain't
time.
stupid.
Definitely.
All the time.
I'm hit.
Every
I'm glad you
time.
know.
Cause if we don't, then
It's
shit not
gonna
gonna
be
get.
it's not gonna be stupid.
Or we just gonna take too long for us to get to where we already wanted to be at.
And then if you think about people on Beyonce's level, if you fucking with Beyonce, you gotta sign an NDA. You gotta sign an NDA to fuck with half of these.
You
women
know what? I
at
forgot
that
about
level.
NDA. I forgot. Those are a thing. And
Some
if
some
you
groupies don't
speak on
care
it,
about
you will
it.
talk. Yeah.
But if
Niggas
you a
don't
big
care.
boss, like I'm
Trey
gonna care.
Songz clearly don't care.
Yeah, because that girl went out. She was just
That
telling
girl went
everything.
through everything. Cause you heard she like
She went to a team, yes.
No, her friend. They said like,
Yeah,
oh, they'll
Selena
vacuum.
yeah.
Like then he wanted to get defecated on or something.
Yeah,
I'm
he
sorry,
wanted her-
what?
Hold on.
He wanted to
He
get
wanted her-
defecated.
OBJ, you want to get shitted on?
Y'all late. Y'all
Hey,
late.
I ain't hear that part. I just heard
Yeah.
about Trey Songz
It
keeping
It
her a
was
captive.
Chief Keef Baby Mama came on to whatever it's called, where they talk about anything. And she was talking about how ODB wanted her to fly out or whatever.
ODB or OBJ?
Yeah,
Oh,
OBJ.
God.
I was going to say, he dead.
Not only that's no.
But he already defecated on her. So, no.
Oh, come on.
So she was like, she had
You
to
know
take
how I feel about Wu-Tang. Don't do that.
All right.
She had to
RIP.
take a picture of her shit and send it to him, and then he flew her out. But he said she couldn't take a shower the whole time, so she had to be dirty coming there. And then he wanted her to take a shit on him. It was a whole thing.
This was
Oh, he's sick.
Yeah.
He is a sicko.
Yeah, but that was alleged, and then
I'm
he
saying
came out.
alleged.
He came out and he was like, "Bruh, why would I ever want somebody to shit on me? Like, I'm rich."
I mean,
And
some people want to get pissed on, so
I really think he did. Like, no bitch is gonna make up a whole story. That
Yeah, and it's easy for you just to say, I'm rich,
Yeah.
and for it to go
And she
away. It's
had
like,
receipts,
nah,
too.
nigga.
And anybody
People
fucking
have
with Selena-
fetishes. I don't care how much money
They
you got.
stupid because she done exposed so many people. You still mess with her. I'm like,
That's what
that
I'm
was
saying.
like
Anybody
Superhead.
fucking with
What's
Selena
Superhead?
now,
You wanna
is
get
dumb as
exposed.
fuck because she's known for this. She's known for exposing niggas, and you still fucking with her or her friends, then you're going to get exposed eventually.
She-
It's
New
the
age
rush of
Superhead.
feeling like
Yeah,
I might
basically.
get caught, or she might tell, but she might not. That's why people probably doing it.
yeah,
The
that's
only way that would be smart to use it, you be like, you know, you about to get your 5 minutes of fame, so you set it up.
Yeah.
Don't do that. That's the only
Facts.
reason I would do
Yeah,
it.
I remember one time Snoop Dogg said he did set it up, and he was coming out with a show called like Thoughts or something, and anybody who'll do anything for fame. But that show never came out, and she had a picture with him talking about like this is us, and he was like, "Oh, tune into my new show. It will be airing."
So he probably did that just to
Yeah, he was fucking with her, and then he tried to flip it.
He
but
thought he tried to be
never
Try to
worked.
cover it up.
Like everybody forgot that he said he was gonna have this show, and we just like it was called Clout Chasers. Anybody who will do anything to chase clout, and I'm just sitting here like,
I think that should actually be a show.
it
though.
should,
That
but
should be a
it
show.
didn't air.
Not in that realm of trying to get females to come out, but I think that should actually be a show.
Yeah, I get it, but
It should be like a version of like Catfish. You
Yeah.
have a need, that'd be nice. Yeah.
I think for me the double standard of it all though is just like being able to see that men have groupies because they talk about it because sex sells for them. I mean, clearly women have groupies. Meg talking about all the niggas on her pussy, all this shit, but she not naming names. Men will sit there and be like, yeah, I fuck
They
with.
gonna
I
name
fuck with
it.
Harder,
Yeah.
Letitia.
They gonna name
Okay, DMX.
Like,
Like they saying everything. Like Drake will say a bitch's name at any point
Yo, that
in any
pisses me off
song.
though, because I don't understand why he like.
Why he got a name drop?
He's so big. Why you need to expose yourself? That's
Hey.
like female.
I'm telling you, he got
Hey.
cancer
That's
tendencies.
female.
Look.
tendencies.
It's so
We are not about to sit up here and
Nah, because y'all
dog
talking
my
about Michael
best
Jackson
friend
the
Drake.
lifetime.
Not your best
You need to
friend.
find new friends.
Y'all are not going to dog my
new
best friend
friends.
Drake.
You need to find new friends.
Those are not female tendencies.
Yeah.
If you understand who Drake is,
But you so. But he okay.
he is emotionally aware. And he loves to just express himself through his music
I fuck
to a
with Drake
beat.
too.
Okay,
Those are female.
Right now,
tendencies.
who would you say, like, besides the baby and 21, all them, who you say the biggest rapper prestige wise, it's gonna be Drake.
It's definitely Drake.
So why do you need to name
Right.
drop if you that big? There's no reason.
Like,
because
why would we ever
he's
need to
not
know
name
about you
he's
if
not
you're
name
being
dropping for status or clout. He's name dropping because he can.
No, he's name dropping.
So
to sell
what is
songs.
he-
I'm gonna say the
Always
selling
name
the
drop
songs is the
in
status and
songs.
clout.
What is he giving
So
them,
would that not make him a great advertiser for the music
That
industry?
would
No,
make
what's he
him a clout
advertising?
chaser.
Snitching? What's he advertising?
Yeah.
His body count. He wants the world to write down his body count.
on their dick all day and snitch on their dick all day. So what's up?
He wants the world to
Look.
know his body
He
count,
did
not just him.
Tekashi of no.
Oh, not the Tekashi and sex lives.
That wasn't necessary for him to name drop SZA.
Yeah.
Like that
He just said
happened
that he used to
years
date. He
ago.
didn't even say he beat it. He just said I used
If
to
Drake
date back in
did,
08.
he beat.
Yeah.
Like,
As long as y'all know, you already know it.
First of all, I'm
But-
gonna need you to hop
if
off.
1 + 1 is 2.
Look, I'm not hopping on anything. However, like I said, Drake is my best friend. That's what I'm saying.
Well, in your mind.
I gotta look out for my homies. Look out for y'all all the time.
I think he good. I mean, he knew what it came with.
But look, all right. So let's go ahead into the next topic though. So as far as groupies, whatever. Why is it a big thing? Or let's talk about the double standard of the sexuality of women and women. When you see that, it's praise. Like, oh damn, she rubbing on her booty, or she sucking on her nipples.
What
but
you be
then,
watching?
yeah, it's called lesbian porn.
When you talk about like relationships, like
but no.
women can be like.
Well, relationships.
You talking about touching?
We talking about relationships,
Oh, you mean like
friendships,
clubbing?
or clubbing. It's like, oh, I'm out with my girls. Look at her ass fat. Smack, 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 smack. You know what I'm saying? But then,
I feel more
but
comfortable with a female slapping my ass.
but I'm saying, okay, but when a man does it, or let's say a man is out with some of his homies.
He like smack,
and smack, smack, smack on his homies, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, nah, that nigga gay. Like, flat out, he gay. Like, nah, he gay. Don't, you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, I don't even think it's like a women thing. I think it's just a men's conscience type thing. Because women, if we see that, we're like, oh, that's cute, whatever, keep it moving. But
If y'all see if you see a man smack another man's ass, that's cute.
I'm not gonna say
If it's not on the football field, that's
cute
cute.
for me.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. You do it on the football
field.
field. Honestly, from my point
That's
of view,
just the culture of football.
this is Sappy speaking. For me, if a guy do it, I don't think twice.
So you
I'm
like seeing men slap men on the ass.
I mean, it's kind of cute if you ask me.
Wow.
But it's just like, if females do it, I don't think nothing of it. I'm like, that's their girl, whatever.
Okay,
if dudes do
okay.
it, they do. I don't care.
Hold on. Ziamara, do you think
No,
a man...
I mean it.
No, I'm asking. I got you. Do you think a man touching another man's ass
Is
is gay? If they in the club...
If he doing it sexually, yes, it's gay. If he like, what's up, dude?
What is
So, hold
another way
on.
to not do it than sexually?
That's what I'm saying. So when girls are in the club shaking their ass...
We not
is
doing
that
sexually.
Yes, well...
I mean, but I feel
I mean,
like
I'm
it's sexualized.
I mean, yes, it's a sexual tendency. It's a sexual act, but I'm not doing it in a sexual manner. If that makes sense.
Because of the culture and society, if you put your hand anywhere near a man's
Anything.
gluteus,
Anything.
his gluteus, it's over. It's just nothing. The sus. It's
If
gonna be sus
you
balls.
linger on the back too long, whatever.
The only time you can touch a man is when you giving him a shape up. That's it.
Now you saw that video of the dude where he was like, do you want me to
Or
oil it
dab him
down
up.
for you? And he was like, hey yo, bro, chill. Like he's giving him a shape up, and he's like, yeah, do you want me to oil it back for you, the back side of it for you?
Oh, no.
And he's like, hey yo, bro, he just got up and left.
Yeah.
But to me, I don't think of it that way. Unless you come out and say, hey, I am gay, I am doing this in a gay manner to, because this is my man. I think we think too deep into it.
Yeah, but
And
you gotta protect your booty hole. Like,
I'll be
It's a
honest.
booty hole.
If I see a dude slapping other dudes behind, I'm just gonna be like, that was weird, and then
Yeah.
try to
keep it moving, yeah. Like, but some
I'ma be
people are like,
like,
hey yo, that's so gay.
But
Like,
let's just say you see him slap the dude on the booty, and then that same dude you saw slap the booty came up to you was like, yo, what's up?
No.
Like,
It's a no.
but see, that's my point. But so why you gonna be like, hell no? Cause you see
But
him smack some ass earlier, right?
but what if he was bisexual?
I know.
Oh, that's a whole.
I
Oh, we about to take it. What's that episode of
Yep.
Insecure? When she found out he was sucking dick, but he
Yeah.
wasn't gay?
He was like, I'm not gay. I just sucked a couple dicks.
No, he got his dick sucked.
Okay, yeah.
Once.
Either
Is
way.
that gay? So if a dude let a dude suck them all, is that gay?
Yes.
My thing is like I don't have to worry about dudes cheating with a female. I don't need to worry about you stepping out with dudes.
Yeah,
That's
like who
always
I gotta
my
worry
thing.
about.
But if he was
So would you rather your dude cheat on you with a girl or a man?
Oh,
Oh.
nah, you setting people up. Don't do that.
First of all,
You setting people up.
Oh, we are opening Pandora's box. We are opening Pandora's box. Get it? Box, Pandora. All right, I'm done.
Nah.
I'm gonna just say this for me. Maybe I'm just a little bit more open minded, but I wouldn't care. Like it wouldn't be a care to me if a man.
So if you saw your boyfriend smack a man on the ass.
She said she wouldn't care if
I
her
wouldn't
boyfriend
care.
was bisexual.
I wouldn't care if my boyfriend was bisexual.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I'm
However,
different.
I
My
just
body's
think
different.
if a dude told me, like in the Molly situation, if he told me, yeah, I got sucked off once or whatever, I didn't like it, move on. I'm not gay.
What's that artist that was just like 2 is excessive, but 1's okay? What was that?
Who said that?
It was what's his name? Tank. No, it was
Tank. It was Tank. He did.
Tank
Yeah.
was the one talking about. Oh yeah, he was just like get your dick sucked, ain't gay, and he was just like 2 is excessive. What? Nigga,
To me, I'm okay because women are open up themselves sexually as well. So I feel like a man should be able to do the same thing
Exactly.
as well.
I feel like a woman would get her pussy ate by another
Another woman, we
and
just
it's
like,
all
oh,
good.
that's just
Like, that's normal.
a night in Vegas or
well,
something.
let me say this. The reason I thought
Who
about
Vegas
it.
y'all go to? Let me run that back.
She went to the Bellagio.
The fellatio.
I'm dead. But no, the reason I was thinking about that. The reason I think it's acceptable for women is because of actually men. Because
Exactly. They set the standard for everything.
Men want a threesome. They think that polygamy is great. They want to have multiple wives. So the reason y'all co-sign that is because you're like, all right, we want all the females in the bed at the same time. So that's the only reason it's acceptable because of y'all.
That is a very good
Y'all
point.
spent
If y'all
y'all
didn't make it
whole
acceptable,
lives
it wouldn't be acceptable.
convincing us to fuck other women. So now we fucking other women, and now y'all like, well, that's not fair because it's gay if we do it. It's like, but you told us this. Like, we didn't say.
What do you want?
Right.
What,
Like,
what do you want?
what do you want? Are you not entertained?
Hey, you know what? I can't even argue that. That's a good point. Cause I got 5,000 right now for 2. You know what? Never mind.
You sausaging on the
It's jokes.
Sorry to this man.
It's jokes. I don't have $5,000
That was the joke.
all week.
I'm dead.
But okay. So I mean, I love what's going on right now with the conversation. So we're gonna go ahead and take it on. We probably gonna get ready to shut it down. But let's talk about women taking charge. You know, whether it be the workplace, a relationship, just situations. You know, versus men taking charge in situations. There you go, Usher. But you know, when men do it, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, he's being the man. He's taking the lead. But when women do it, it's like,
she a
yo,
bitch.
she a
angry black
bitch.
woman.
You
She
talking
she
on the job,
bitter.
or you talking on
No,
the relationship?
it can be in
Period.
either or. You know what I'm saying?
I got 2 opinions.
But you know, but let's talk about it. What's your opinions?
If it's on the workplace, that's different than relationship, because you know they got obviously the double standards where if a woman is assertive, she has that label of a bitch. It's always a label that kind of demonizes her. So if she's smart, she gonna move kind of and coast her way and run a relationship, so she doesn't. What's that thing? 48 Laws of Power, where you don't overshadow your boss. Whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? But you don't overstep him so he doesn't feel threatened by you.
Or you
If it's in a
if
if it's in a relationship though, y'all don't realize like I said, women, we have to make you think you the boss. Y'all the head, but we the neck, so we turn the neck. The only reason because if we do, it threatens you and you come out of balance. Because there's a masculine and a feminine. So understand, we gotta stay in that feminine energy. So it's like the art of suggestion. We gotta suggest stuff to you, but y'all gotta own it. You feel me?
This is the thing. I hear what you're saying, and I actually agree with you 100%. I think women. No, it's not really a but. I think women do have the power. However, it's up to the man to, you know, control the power in a way that's most effective. Understand what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So what you said was. Women make men think that they have the power, but in a sense, and I don't think this is a bad thing, but in a sense, that's also what I don't think people realize. For women, that's a sense of submission, you know, and submission. Like, I don't say that to be a bad thing, but it's definitely a sign of submission because she's not necessarily sitting up here trying to overrun things, but she's taking the opportunity to say, well, you know what, he's lacking in something. Let me actually help him out. But still, you know, give him that feeling of allowing him to keep his masculinity. Now, some people,
a bad thing.
No, not necessarily though, because some people will argue that like, oh, you're trying to save him from his ego, but not if he has an ego. That's just somebody being smart to me in a relationship. That's somebody who's allowing the relationship to grow, but still maintain a good relationship between her and her partner without making him feel stupid and vice versa.
So in a actual, like, in a intimate relationship, that's fine. But as a boss to, like a boss,
true.
that's not okay.
Let me say this, because the way I understand it, and I've been like studying stuff with hypergamy, there's like a feminine energy and a masculine energy. So when you're talking about the woman submitting, generally, like, you heard the phrase, a woman not going to submit to a dude she trusts, they got it together, going to handle it.
Yeah.
So that's like the first thing. But like, as far as like her not overshadowing him, I think for men have to be like needed. Men want to feel needed, women want to feel wanted.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a thing where it's just like, okay, you got to balance both out. And for the male, since he has his ego, women kind of have vanity. Since man has to, like, he feels, when he gets his ego stroked, he feels the best. When he's like, oh, good job, or he feels like he's the hero. So if you don't allow him to kind of maneuver his way in doing that, you kind of overstep and go into that masculine energy instead of kind of like playing your role. You get more, trust me, if you're a female and you stay in your masculine energy, you will get way more than you would ever do when you try to boss a man. You never get nowhere arguing with a man. Let him believe, like, all right, okay.
Yeah.
You never get nowhere.
We know.
I done wasted 525,000.
Exactly. You're not going to get anywhere like that. So, like, arguing and being, like, combative is a masculine energy. But you that's why y'all say women run the world, because
we know what to do. Oh, yeah.
But that doesn't mean that men don't set the standard.
Yeah.
Now, maybe that woman suggested the standard sometimes, but men still set the
It's like
standard.
James Brown said, it's a man's world.
Because
It
we
wouldn't
might
be
suggest
nothing without a
something,
woman.
but it come out y'all mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But y'all be thinking women are going crazy because of that? Like,
yeah, but don't
that
get
shit
me
is
wrong.
tiring.
There are relationships where it's completely flipped. Like, men are okay having the feminine energy. Women are okay having the masculine energy. And whatever works for you, works for you. But
Yeah.
also,
But you got to be okay with it.
yeah, you got to be okay with it. So if you're with a woman who has a lot of masculine energy and she's taking control of stuff and you're not okay with that, that relationship is not going to last but oh so long. You know what I'm saying?
But what if it's in a workplace? So, like, let's say it's like your boss is acting that way, but you don't want them to be that way. Like, how do you deal with that? Because you can't just tell that
What do
person
you mean?
stop.
Are they being, like, combative, or how are they being?
Like, let's say, like, the woman is a very, like, trying to give suggestions because she does know, like, this is her field. She knows what
she
to
need
do.
to call HR.
Nah.
She need to call HR.
About to get somebody
But
fat.
like in that situation, like with a relationship, you could just be like, okay, this is something I don't want to do anymore. But if you don't want to quit your job, if you don't put time in and you got to deal with this, so how would you assert yourself in that situation so that you still feel respected in your workplace?
Well, I can actually say I've seen an example of it by somebody from one of my jobs. And it was two higher ups who are pretty much on the same level, different titles, but, it was a male and a female. And the male was pretty much trying to dominate the situation,
As always.
but it didn't really have nothing to do with him. And so she was trying to take control of the situation because it was really in her place to do so. But, they was butting heads. But what I did like about the situation, and I wasn't going to step in because those are two higher ups. And I'm like,
It's none of your
this don't got nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
But, I'm going to sit and watch and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But what I saw was she definitely stood her ground, but she was professional about it. Wasn't inappropriate by any means, you know what I'm saying? But just like he was doing, she was giving it right back. And then at the end of the day, it just canceled each other out.
Yeah.
And, I kind of asked her about it later. I was like, everything good? Things seemed a little heated earlier. And she was like, yeah, ain't nobody finna be talking to me like that.
Yeah, I think in a
And I
professional
respected
setting.
it. I was like, that's what's up. And,
Exactly.
and I actually liked the fact that it wasn't a teeter-totter situation, and then he ended up being on top, and she felt demasculated or felt, weak in her position. So I was like, that's what's up. Kudos.
I think in a professional situation, you have to stand your ground, because if you don't, that one instance is going to let niggas walk all over you. and you might be seen like
That's the
as a
standard.
bitch or you might be seen as a bitch or anything, but I'd rather be seen as a bitch than somebody you could walk all over
They're gonna
because
sense the weakness and then they're gonna just feed off that.
especially if I'm your boss. Like the fact that situation happened, like Tyrone said, he found respect for her at that moment.
And
But
y'all know men's love language is respect. Anyway,
yeah,
let's not
exactly.
do
It
that.
really is. So
Let's
if you had respect for me at that moment, what if I would have backed down? You wouldn't have respect
You
for
would've
me.
lost
So
it, yeah.
now I have to tell you what to do, and I can't do that effectively. So I think you got to stand your ground. And I think the problem is a lot of women are in those positions now. And so you're not going to get as many submissive women or women in submission as you did before because they're taking their boss shit
Boss
from
role.
home, then their boss shit.
Yeah.
But that's a
So
problem. That is a
I
big
agree.
problem in today's society,
Yeah,
and
I
it
agree.
blows me.
I agree. A woman has to be able to compartmentalize her work attitude. Okay, I'm a boss. I'm handling this. I'm controlling everything here. But you got to be home and be able to be feminine with your man. You can't be bossing him acting
True.
crazy on him.
Yeah.
You gotta
But there's
be
also
sweet.
a difference between a boss and a leader. If you're a
Yes,
leader
absolutely.
at home and
Yes.
if you're a leader at work, it's okay to be a leader at home because you're not a boss at home. You're a leader. So you're
I
doing
agree.
things to go together as a team.
I agree.
Like leader, they bring that team effort together. A boss just tells you what to do.
Yeah.
If you bringing that home, that's different.
The
But if
leader-
you're leading, you can lead from behind.
The
You
leader
can lead
involves
from
and incorporates
exactly.
himself.
So that's
Siobhan
cool.
spitting
for-
knowledge. Come on.
I be doing this every day. That's what I be talking about. Yeah.
See, them people skills coming out.
She bringing it home.
But nah, that's what's up. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up today's episode. I hope y'all enjoyed the conversation. Once again, make sure y'all having these conversations with your friends while y'all are listening. Take it home to your loved ones. Ask questions. Don't start no fights though.
Be a boss though.
It definitely be be a leader.
Be a leader.
Be a leader. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
All right. So Shavon gonna go ahead. Wait, I'm sorry. Before Shavon closes out, Ziamara, go ahead. Let them know where they can find you at again.
Yes, my Instagram is ZMRXIOMARA_Evangeli. I also have a YouTube which I post sports videos, and I'm going to be uploading a podcast soon, so you can check out a lot of my sports videos there. All right.
All right, Shavon, go ahead. Let them know. Give them the tip for the day.
Okay, as we discussed today, double standards have existed across time, race, and gender. So always treat others how you want to be treated because karma is a bitch and you never know what someone is going through until you walk a mile in their shoes. But no matter whose shoes you're wearing, remember to always wear socks because if you just out here raw dogging shoes, you will be judged.